I keep seeing Avon when I'm connecting with this woman. How do you connect with that?
She worked for Avon.
Shut the hell up. Wow, I'm pretty good. Know that, first of all, your mother's here. When I'm connecting with her, she's also showing me a child that passed here as well.
Yes.
Okay, please know that that soul is with your mother, because when I'm connecting, she showed me in her arms was this little baby. And anytime we lose a child, whether it be a miscarriage, termination, stillborn birth, whatever it is, those souls are there on the other side. And when I'm connecting with your mom, first of all, she was a very proud woman here in the physical world when I'm connecting with her. Because when she's coming through, she goes, Matt, I don't want to talk about being sick. She goes, I don't want to talk about what was wrong with me. She goes, I didn't even want my family to know. She tells me that she kept her illness a secret and didn't tell you all about what she was feeling or what was going on in her body until it was too late. Do you understand that?
Yes, I do.
And your mother says to me, Matt, she says, I knew I didn't have long here in this world, but there was one thing I didn't want. I didn't want to lose my independence. And when I'm connecting with her, she's all dressed up on the other side when I'm connecting with her. She wants to let you know that her hair's all perfect when I'm speaking to her, and she's spraying perfume when I'm speaking to her on the other side.
That's so her.
So do you smell her smell, or do you smell her fragrance at random times?
Sometime, yes.
Perfect. And was she like obsessed with all different perfumes? Because it almost looks like, you know what this looks like to me? You know back in the day with the Avon? I keep seeing Avon when I'm connecting with this woman. How do you connect with that?
She worked for Avon.
Shut the hell up. You gotta know, this is how the souls talk to me. When I'm speaking to her, I keep seeing like Avon catalogs, and I'm like, what the hell am I seeing? Wow, I'm pretty good. So know that one of the things is this. Know that when I'm speaking to her, she shows me like all these different, because I can't figure out this woman's scent, and she's showing me like all these different perfumes. So when you smell those random things, know it's your mother's way of acknowledging that she's here. And it's funny because when I'm speaking to her, she says to me, Matt, you don't know the person that I was. I didn't leave the house. Nobody saw me unless I was all dressed up, unless I looked my best. She goes, and your mother's saying to me like that, she's like, I was all into style here in this world, Matt. She says, and the thing was, she goes, is that, because your mother's telling me like about her life, and like, it's funny, your loved one, I'm asking your mother questions like, how'd you die? Who was there? What had happened? And your mother's like, forget all that. I want to talk about me. She says to me, Matt, she goes, anytime I went out, I needed a couple hours to get ready, she tells me. You couldn't just call her and say, Mom, come out with me. She goes, oh no, you have to give me proper time. Do you understand that?
Yes, I do.
But this was a woman who loved her family here in this world. Because when I'm connecting with her, she shows me that when she was here, she says, Matt, I had my eye on everyone. And it's funny because she's showing me pictures of back in the day. And to your mother, the phone was God here in this world. Do you remember like back in the day, she showed me like these visions of like her having this phone that like reached all around the friggin' house when I'm connecting with her.
Yes, my daughter has that.
Shut the hell up, you kept the phone?
I have the photo of her on the phone.
Can I have it? She shows me this old school phone with like the cord like being wrapped all around. I see your mother like going from room to room and like getting caught up in shit. And and your mother says to me, Matt, she goes, let me tell you something. She goes, nobody could use the phone but me. She goes, this was my line. And she shows me she had like this address book with like everybody's name and all these things. She says to me, you still have it, still within the family. Did you keep that address book or that book?
I kept pieces of it.
What do you mean pieces of it?
She had like little bits of paper with numbers written all over, stuffed in the book.
Perfect. So no, it's her way of acknowledging that, because what she tells me is this. She says, Matt, you know, my daughter's still upset about the way that I died. Because not only was your mom sick, but she says to me that before her passing, there was issues of people not coming to see her or being there for your mom. And she tells me that you hang on to that pain every single day. Because your mom was the type of person where in that address book, she had birthdays, anniversaries, important dates, and your mother didn't miss out on anything. So she wants you to know that as hard as this was, when your mother was dying, you're like calling different people and saying like, oh, my mother's sick, you need to come here, and nobody came or nobody was there the way that you wanted. Your mother says to me, Matt, tell my daughter not to hold on to any burden, not to hold on to any grudges, leave that with me. She says, because the one thing that she wants to let you know is that it didn't matter about all these people. She goes, it mattered that you were there. It matters about the way that you took care of her. And your mother says to me, I felt so loved. I felt so loved. She talks about not wanting to leave the house here in the physical world when I'm connecting with her. And she wants to thank you for you keeping her in the house when I'm speaking to her. She's also telling me when I'm connecting with her was like being in the military. She tells me that you were going and like by her side 24/7, you were taking shifts. So know that she wants to thank you for the way that you always made sure that someone was with her. Because she says to me, Matt, I was afraid to be alone. She goes, I wasn't afraid to die. She goes, but I didn't want to be alone. I didn't want to be by myself. So she wants to thank you for that. She also tells me at the end she couldn't speak or communicate. She shows me that she was like in a coma when I'm connecting with her. And I see you going and holding your mom's hand and rubbing your mom's arm and saying, Mom, I'm here with you. Do you know? Do you know? She says, I know. She says, and there's one thing that I want, Matt. She goes, I want my daughter to be able to wear my rings, to be able to wear my jewelry here in this world. You have it on right now. Perfect. Did you wear that just for tonight?
Yes.
So know that when you wore that jewelry here tonight, you said, if this is real, my mother's going to talk about the ring. Know that it's real. But she says to me, Matt, I want her to put that jewelry on. She says, and to wear it with pride. She says, because every single day, it's hard for you to look at her things. And she says to me that you make up all this shit. She says to me, Matt, my daughter's always nervous, like she's going to lose it, or it's going to go missing, or something's going to happen to it. Your mother said to me, Matt, tell her, put the jewelry on, go out, strut like it's the runway. She goes, and pretend like you're me, she says. She says to me, but Matt, she goes, my daughter does a lot of things right, she says. Oh my God, here we go. Now she's going to make me embarrassed. Sometimes I don't want to say the things that they're saying. She says, I'm going to say it. That's my policy. Don't tell me how to do my job. Your mother just goes to me, oh God. She says to me, Matt, she goes, can you tell my daughter that I'm still her mother and that she's going to do a better job of keeping up the house, she tells me. She tells me you've been slacking with the house. Because your mother shows me when she was here, she was the type of person, she was always changing out the curtains and the bedspreads and all this shit, and your mother's saying you haven't been doing the laundry. She knows. She goes, Matt, I see the same comforter on that bed the whole freaking year, she says. So your mother says, throw it in the wash. So no, it's her way of acknowledging that she's still a part of you. She's still there in the house with you. And this woman doesn't want to leave me alone. It's like all about her. Because she's saying to me, and Matt, because I'm like, wrap it up. I'm trying to tell her, and your mother goes, can you also tell her thank you for keeping out that picture of me? There's this younger picture of your mom that you have. And she says it's her favorite picture of her. She says, thank you. She says, because that's how I look in heaven.